I'm going to go ahead and start.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so AWS Lambda has a number of limits. These are probably the first three that you'll hit, but you'll probably hit them all, depending on what you do. The one that vexes me the most is the 60 seconds runtime. The memory limit, they expanded in April, as well as the amount that you can actually input into the function. But the 60-second one is the one that I think is the most limiting. So this is a graph of our runtimes for one of the Lambdas that we run. As you can see, everything runs pretty quickly. Oh. So just for you? So as you can see, everything runs pretty quickly. This one's actually averaging 200 milliseconds. But it's really the maximum runtime that we care about, and that's what really haunts me. And so, basically we have a big data solution, but we're doing it in small data chunks. So the most efficient for us that Lambda could hold is 60,000 events in a chunk. But what we have to do is 2,000 events. And this is because our maximum running time is bounding us for how many events we could take, because we actually care about our data and we don't want to lose it. So if we had more than 2,000, in some cases, it would fail, and it would fail every single time. And so we just lose that data. So it gets even worse. So with this 2,000 for this one, or for another one, we try to put it into the database. I/O is really what takes a long time sometimes. So in one instance, one of our exceptional cases, we try to put 2,000 in bulk into the database, and some of our database validation fails. RDS, yeah. Postgres RDS is what we're doing currently. But it could be anything. Something fails, or something's going to take a lot longer based on one specific case that rarely happens. So we actually then can't process it in that Lambda, but we have enough time to split it and process it in other Lambdas. And this is actually what AWS tells you to do, which really sucks, because we then have to do it again. Because just chunking it into a smaller chunk isn't enough to actually then process it. We have to chunk it into like 32 events to go through each individually, find out which one's breaking, do everything that's necessary, and not lose any data, but know what failed and why it failed. And this is pretty much the worst case scenario, and AWS knows about this right now, and this is what they tell us to do. This has many bad effects. Not only is it like multiple wrongs making you right, but there's 100 Lambda invocations per second limit, and so this hits that. And that's across all your Lambdas. So we have multiple Lambdas that are running. So when one of our Lambda hits this exception case, it actually throttles our whole processing. So there's lots of other things that I really hate about Lambda, but overall, it is pretty good. So, and I've told them about them all. So, so that's it. So.
I assume you know how to administrate your two instances. I wish you just run on a server. What is the Lambda solving?
Oh, what? So
for you, like,
yeah.
You hate it. Why do you still continue using it? So just screw this thing and try to
repeat the question? Okay. The question is, so if I really don't like Lambda, why am I using it outside of Josh likes it? So, and
your problems,
right.
Like, screw you, I have an EC2 instance, $2,000 I'm fine.
Right.
I don't need Lambda.
Well,
yeah.
It isn't that expensive to run is one thing, so it's not really cost. Though the inefficiencies do make you incur more costs than is necessary. But it's just so easy. Like for what we would be doing, we'd be writing a JavaScript KCL application, which we actually wrote one, and it did run faster. But just managing that and managing and auto-scaling it is just a little bit more overhead. One, it's Java, which is, and I know Java, but I don't know it that well, and I don't care to know it better. So, so writing something in Node or Python or something that's really easy, just to do one simple thing, is very nice. And so, doing that, it's easy to deploy and get up and running.